I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Eagles going up against the Bears.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First and 10, it's Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the offense has it first and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll set up a throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Good throw there to start the second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick six. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those and get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And they're going to go soft on the corners. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field.
But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, wrong pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
But it's a foot race. He's at the 50. Acott's right sideline in some space. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Danny Trevathan in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack.
Here we go now. Leopard. Back down in Philly. Here we go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And the pressure gets to him again. Pernell McPhee in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. He'll drop to throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrell Freeman. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. Now a handoff here to his running back. Fights through, and now a crease. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Here we go now.
Now back to throw. And Incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 12-yard line. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And to give this time to the tailback. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. A great play there, 88 yards, and the Bears will add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Right at the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Eagles on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Well, now they'll try the end around. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Here we go now.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Tide Bulls tried it, went for it, but it didn't pay off. And the Bears will get the football back.
Here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Now it's 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriots. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky back 99 Philly. Here we go. Set.
Now Bernard looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I think a lot of people are a little bit surprised there that they ran the draw after that successful pass play previously. But the thought process had to be, maybe we can catch them rushing the passer and hit something big with the running play.
Here we go now.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Again, it's Cohen. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go now. Green. Over. No. Check. Patriot.
10 yards there and convert on third. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this a 39-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
This one fielded at the 5. So we come upon half. And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think that...
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he cuts it back right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. stays on his feet. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Here we go now.
And the wideout in motion.
Blue 90. Back 99 Philly. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Green 39.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Back to throw now on first down. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky, here we go. Left over.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll field this at the 5. Broken tackle. And spins away. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to... And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker. Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back now at Soldier Field. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Timmy Jernigan busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now a toss play to Bernard. And some room to roam now. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears add on. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This fielded at the 2. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A great run, but, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Hey, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
They run with Pumphrey. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll drop the throw. And, it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and they take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. White will go in motion right. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning out to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? and the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here.